We are on page 54, and we are going to be talking about rational numbers and opposites on a number line. The majority of the top of this page is just instruction, but we'll examine it and make sure you understand how to do this stuff. It says you can find the opposites of rational numbers the same way you found the opposites of integers. Two rational numbers are opposites if they are the same distance from zero, but on opposite sides of the number line, but on opposite sides of zero. So I'm going to highlight that. Two rational numbers are opposites if they are the same distance from zero, but on different sides of zero. So let's check out the example they provide us. 2 3/4. I think I have these backwards. 2 3/4 is over here. 2 3/4 would be from 0, 1, 2, and 3/4 of the way. So 2 3/4 spaces to the right of 0, and negative 2 3/4 would be 1, 2, and 3/4 to the left of 0. They're opposites because they're the same distance from 0 on opposite sides of the number line. So they give us an example here about the New York Stock Exchange. I think we'll examine this real quick. Example 1. Until June 24th, 1997, the New York Stock Exchange priced the value of share of stock in eighths, such as 27 and 1/8 or 41 and 3/4. The change in value of a share of stock from day to day was also represented in eighths as a positive or negative number. The table shows the change in value of a stock over 2 days. Graph the change in stock value for Wednesday and its opposite on a number line. So what this is telling you to do is to go examine Wednesday, which is negative 4 and 1/4. And some kids would say, well, that's not eighths, but it actually is, because if you double, I'm going to show you why it's eighths. If you double each of these, you would get 2/8. So even though it didn't really seem like it was eighths, it actually is. Either way, let's go examine step 1. Step 1 says to graph the change in stock value for Wednesday on the number line. So that's going to be the negative because, and some kids might look at this and think it's positive, but check this out. On Wednesday it was negative, so what we do here is we start at 0 and we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's negative 4, and then a fourth. A fourth is just taking this space right here and cutting it into fourths. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then you put a dot on the 1/4. Now that's the value of Wednesday. And then step 2 says graph the opposite of negative 4 and 1/4, which is the positive. So we put a point here at negative 4 1/4, and then we put a point here on its opposite at 4 1/4. Now, if you're wondering why did we do both, because the directions told us to. It says graph the change in stock value for Wednesday and its opposite on a number line. All right, let's go to the bottom of the page and check out a couple problems. And I think these are going to be really easy for you. I think you should hit pause, try these, and then hit play when you're ready to check your answers. Your turn, number 2. What are the opposites of 7, negative 3.5, positive 2.25, and 9 1/3? Well, remember that the definition of opposite is the same distance from 0, but in the opposite direction. Well, the opposite of positive 7 would be 7 spaces to the left, which is negative 7. And the opposite of negative 3.5 is going to be the same distance, 3.5 spaces, but to the right of 0. So that will be positive 3.5. And the opposite of 2.25, we actually graphed this one on page, I think it was 53. We did that exact one. We did negative 2.25. It's going to be negative 2.25. And the last one, the opposite of 9 1/3 is negative 9 1/3. I want to point out to you that all of my answers are the exact same digits and the exact same values, but the only difference is that the opposite sign happened. So the opposite of positive 7 is negative 7. The opposite of negative 3.5 is positive 3.5. The opposite of positive 2.25 is negative 2.25. And the opposite of 9 1/3 is negative 9 1/3. Okay, you are done with page 54.